Hello and welcome to the Lakoseljac Cup between Launceston City and Clarence Zebras. My name's Alex Mummery. Great to join you here from Buckby Land Rover Park tonight for this intriguing matchup between the two Italian clubs in the NPL, both NPL sides. It's been a great day of cup football already. We've got more to come tonight and tomorrow. Just seen Devonport beat Kingborough Lions 2-1. And also Hobart United down Riverside 1-0. So two big results already. Should be a cracking game between these two sides. Very evenly matched. Third versus fourth on the NPL ladder. And what makes this doubly intriguing is they faced off last week between down in Hobart. And it was a 2-1 win for Clarence. So we'll see if they can back that one up. And that was a good game where they came back from 1-0 down. I think the City will feel like they might have thrown a couple of points away. They're still a point ahead in the NPL ladder. I think Clarence have been building in nicely to this NPL season. They've had a good result of a draw against Devonport and Valley Road and one against South Hobart as well. And they've just started to hit their straps well. So should be a good game with City coming back to their home ground and something to prove after last week. As two captains shake hands and have the toss. Joel Stone and Josh Matthew there. As we settle in for a lovely early evening contest. Conditions perfect for football in Tasmania today. Been a great weather day. Doesn't look like there's too much wind up in Lonnie today. Always a great evening for these evening games up in Lonnie. Sometimes have the fire pits going in the pizza oven in previous years. City, but from a tactical perspective, it should be fairly two evenly matched teams in terms of how they line up. I think Zebras might have a slightly more dangerous kind of front lineup with Riley Dillon on some good goal-scoring form. Juan Capellino as well. Big number 11 there who will take the kick-off for the Zebras. But City with a very well-rounded team too. I've been very impressed with how Alex Jacobs and Will Humphrey have patrolled the back line. Some really good contributions from Steph Tantari and the like. And we're underway here in the Seljuk Cup quarter-final between Clarence Zebras and Launceston City. Zebras get us under the way. They're in their red kits today, away kits. Zebras also in black and white, or at least previously as Hobart Zebras, but with their merger with Clarence have taken more of a black and red, and tonight sporting the full red kits. Tantari wins a throw-in for City. Forward to Simeone. Pritchard Ajay there for Clarence Zebras. Makes a little foul in the back of Toby Simeone. Header. Well, one in the end, but Tantari sends it forward early. No one really there for him. Leave it away. Woodland with a header to the left wing. Joel Stone today. Very important play for City as always. Capellino. Some great footwork. Oh, and a big sliding challenge, but no contact made between Mason Smith and Juan Capellino. Toby Anderson, I think, playing on the left wing tonight. Simeone. Robbed of it by Ajay. That's a battle of two big boys there in the centre of Launceston City attack and Zebras' central defence.
Joel, step! Joel, step!
Did have Manny Henneke down in the number 1. Actually, we've got the 21 today for the Zebras keeper, Josh Jones. Thought we might have a Henneke appearance today, but a starting keeper without the number 1 jersey is very interesting. Header won by Stone. It's Matthew trying to get that one forward. Cut out. Rolled again. And Curtis Miley blonde in the middle there. And a late free kick committed there by Toby Simeone. A bit cagey start again, 2 minutes in. Nothing really to report in terms of attacking movement. Both teams kind of mixing up their attacking play at the moment. Some direct play, some shorter passes. Very congested midfield so far. It's Pritchard Ajayi. We'll switch it back to Jones. Over the far side for Zebras. It's Cade Smith. Von, Miley. Twos as well. Very congested again in this midfield area. Two teams that play with very compact midfields. One by Stone, a little sliding challenge. It's forward by Curtis Miley, but no one making the run in behind. And Will Humphrey will collect. Play forward. Miss Simeone out there, I think. Will run out to the left wing. Joe Stone wins it. And Toby Anderson with the run forward for Simeone. Again matched up with Ajayi. Controlled it well, cuts in, pulls the trigger, blocked by Ajayi. Gets it back though. Simeone trying to look for Nathan Smith, can't find it. And Ajayi will clear. Sam Twos on the ball. Woodland with a lovely little defensive midfielder's challenge. It's Matthew was away with it and releases down the right wing. A bit of jinking out on the right wing. Send it back into Matthew. Humphrey squares it back in the middle. Dangerous ball, but Tantari's in space. And Smith. City trying to play a little bit faster tonight, I feel. Just looking for these little interplays. Mac Wilcox playing on the right, in the right back position tonight. Coming across from his usual left, or at least where he started the season. Here he is on the ball. Trying to fake out. Will Simon there. Simone. Could go either way with the pronunciation there. The lights didn't feel their full effect here at Buckby Road, Buckby Park, I should say. Corner for Launceston City. You've started the game with some good energy, I feel. He's come up. Tantari to take with a little outswing. Tantari to send it in. Sends it deep. Humphrey gets a free header and just glances wide. Out for a goal kick. Jones who will take that one. I'm sorry, I've got the wrong name in there. It's Noah Curtis, actually. Oh, I was right. Looking the wrong sheet again. Classic me. Got to sort that one out. Zebras get it forward. Jacobs, twos, going at it. Humphrey with that classy left foot. Tantari in a lot of space. Matthews had to come out and cover. That's a footwork by Tantari. Does get it through in the end, even though he did run into some trouble. It's a good cross in, and Ajayi heads it away for now. Only as far as Smith, and he blazes it over the bar. And big slice from Mason Smith, but Steph Tantari putting Matthew out on a... Josh Matthew out on an island there. It's not where you want to be against Steph Tantari. He's got some very good drops of shoulders and little wiggles of hips. Smith. Toby Anderson. For a long raking ball. Find Tantari. Really bring it down that well. Turns the corner. Crossed in. Oh, it's away well in the middle of the box there. Steph Tantari already looking very dangerous in this matchup. Interesting how kind of left him a little bit alone. They're playing quite narrow. The matchup against Will Simon tonight and already had the better of him. And another corner for City. So all Launceston City so far. I think Zebras will be buoyed by the fact that they did finish the game well and come back from a goal down. So they'll have that mentality edge. Tantari with a good ball in. He's found the feet of Jacobs. Humphrey has a shot in. It's blocked. There's a missed header in there from City, but then it found the feet of Alex Jacobs, the centre-back, who maybe a little bit surprised it found his feet. Took a bit of time to hit it and just couldn't find its way through the traffic. It's a very interesting throw from Mac Wilcox. I don't know if that came in. A bit lazy to say. Tantari, I don't think he knew what was going on. And the ball just straight out of play from Matt Wilcox. Not really what you want to see if you're Dan Syson on the sidelines there. Taking every opportunity you can. Woodland wins that header. Twos with an excellent ball through. Riley Dillon now on the wing. Cuts inside. He scored his goal last week. Great cut inside goal. Top bins. Matthew. Just hoovering up those balls in midfield. Capellino's come out wide. Matthew sends it in now. It's a good challenge out on the left-hand side. Hampson's out there tonight. Wilcox and Hampson swinging positions. Both played both full-back positions for City this year. The header from Steph Tantari. Joel Stone looking for Anderson to run through. Wasn't giving it full gas. And Zebra was able to turn it over. Cade Smith can't find a way through. It's a good tackle from Twos. Twos with the number 10 on his back. It looks like he's playing a bit more of a traditional 10 in midfield. Smith out wide and maybe a little bit of interplay between Smith and Twos at times. Simeone collects it. Anderson. It's absolutely lumped forward by Zebras. Alex Jacobs reads the game very well. Stone just backing into Twos. Two quite chippy characters, I'd say, at times. Simeone. Jai again on his back. Stone barreling through. Tantari just wiggling his way around. And it's turned over and Zebra's trying to counter here. Capellino. Plays it back in the middle. He's put on the burners and he's been brought down by Mac Wilcox. That will be a slice of cheese, you'd think. Or does he think that might have been a dive? Or just giving a small talking to? The reaction there was referee Nathan Coe. No slice of cheese to Mac Wilcox there. Maybe just saying Capellino just stepped in front of him. Didn't have an opportunity, much of a choice to foul him there. So it's a little bit surprising with the impact of that break, but Capellino showing his pace and his threat really off the counter for Zebras, and it's maybe Riley Dillon to take this. And again last week, absolutely sent one top bins. He'll do it again. Good contact, but Clark deals with that very well. A little bit of bend on it, but probably not finding the exact area that Riley Dillon was looking for, but a pretty good contact altogether. I think just letting that one run through and heading it back to his keeper in Jones. Jai. Just seems like he's got the job one-on-one with Simeone, like to follow him round, and there's Tilly, the other centre-back's just going to kind of fill gaps tonight. Jai's going to really just battle with the big body of Simeone. I think importantly for City tonight as well, Simeone's in form and he's playing well. He's holding the ball up, getting on the ball. That's when they play their best football. Scored a fantastic goal in round 1 and played some really good stuff against Glenorchy in that big win that they had down south a few weeks ago. But then maybe had a little bit more challenging time in the last couple of weeks. So they'll be wanting him to really have a good game tonight. That just happens with how form goes at times. Smith ricochets off Smith, but Simeone does collect it. And he's barreling through again. Jai battling with him. Jai's done very well to push him off the ball there. Simeone's upset that there was maybe a little bit too much arm involved there by Jai, but I think he's just done well to 50-50 contest and put the big centre forward off his game. So Jai does send it forward. Here's Riley Dillon. Trying to show his pace. Wilcox does well to make the challenge. With Capolino coming in, there's more wing time for Dillon this year. Liking what I'm seeing so far. He's really showing his pace. But he's a man that can put on the scoreboard. Take the out swinger on his left here. Pretty good delivery, but away by Humphrey. Spread back out wide to Dillon, who's onside. Back in the mixer, a little flick on by Capolino. But Lockie Clark does it well and puts Toby Anderson on his bike. Miley tracking back hard there. Does well to see it out. Jai robbing Simeone of it. It's Jai again going in hard. It's a ball both times, but ricocheting away off Woodland there. Curtis Miley shoved off the ball. Looped up to Simeone. Does he have a bit of space to run into? Using his pace, cuts inside, sets up Smith, and he finds the back of the net. That is a fantastic finish from Mason Smith, and a great setup from Toby Simeone. That is 1-0 to Launceston City, 15 minutes gone. You can't ask for a much better start than that from City. They've started well, and they've put Zebras on the back foot. Seeing the replay now, and Simeone really putting the pace on. Little jink inside, and just stands it up for Smith on his left foot, and that's a very calm finish. Had a lot of net to aim with, but Jones no chance for that one, and yeah, that's a really well-worked goal. And City deservedly 1-0 up here. Zebras regrouping after a little bit of pressure in their own box. Some corner deliveries from Dillon, but nothing to show for it. But they will be, again, I think, tonight, having that experience of last week, coming back from 1-0 down, they won't mind that too much. Again, I think that home ground advantage might just spur City on here. Tantari causing chaos on the right wing. Tight footwork, going on that left and just bends it around the outside. Tari's such a threatening player. With his dribbling and creativity, he just really sees gaps on the field, and very hard to dispossess on the ball, that low centre of gravity. And as I was saying before, Simeone, when he's on it, hard man to contain, and did all the hard work to set that goal up, and a really nice, just a little poke back. He probably could have almost chopped back onto his right foot himself, but unselfishly laid off for Mason Smith. Anderson wins a clean header. Here is the goal scorer, Mason Smith. Finds Tantari, almost. Ooh, big hard challenge. Tantari plays, Smith back in again. Can he beat a Jai? held back a little bit, but well done by Ajay, and Josh Jones comes out and claims that one cleanly. Just taking their time to regroup here. They've been kind of barraged here early on, Zebras. Jacobs stepping in front of Capellino. It's Woodland. A bit of time. Just controls the tempo in there, Jack Woodland. Wilcox. Jacobs. Switching play. Controlled by Hampson. And for Simeone down that channel again. It's twos. And out of play there for Zebras. Again, just wanting to take their breath here. We've got a pretty dynamic team all in all. I think where they maybe need to want a bit more controllers in that midfield. Put a ball in. Squirted away as far as twos. It's cut back in. Has it found the goal? There's a big call for offside. The flag has stayed down. I think it's Juan Capellino's ended up tucking that one into the back of the net. And a lot of confusion there at the City back post, and the flag has stayed down. So that will be 1-1 to Clarence. And they've knotted it back up very quickly here. It is Capellino has claimed that one. It's just a mucky goal at the back post, and they just had to do what they needed to there. And again, 1-1. So I think this could have been, well, for my money, the most entertaining game of the weekend. I mean, potentially United versus Riverside, obviously not in attendance there today. 1-1 already with 20 minutes to go. Maybe a goal fest? We'll see. Zebra's just able to will that one over the line, and they're on the attack again. Dylan finding himself on the back of the City centre-backs. Smith leaves that one. Simon. Intercept made by Tantari. Smith put the Jets on. Finds Simeone. The cross in, and Ajay again right on his hammer. I'd say that goal may be coming a little bit against the run of play. Did he had most of the territory? And Tantari here to send one in. Big jump at the back stick and off Jacobs, I think. But just trickling into the arms of the Zebras goalkeeper. Pulling, barking out some instructions on the line, wanting Jones to release a little bit earlier. Capellino, Hampson on his back. Humphrey just calmly collecting. Stuck forward by Stone. One by Woodland. Smith. Find a through ball. Joel Stone in a slightly deeper position tonight. That usual 10. Great pressing by Simeone. Tantari, can he take him on? Goes on his right, and it's a good block made by Matthew. Excellent defensive running there from the Zebras captain. Tantari just looking to jink back on that right foot, and he hit it well, but again, just that hard gut running from the Zebras midfielder. Tantari again, a bit longer this time. No one really there. Simeone was at the back post. You just stand that one back up to the top of the box and put away by Simon. Tantari and Two's going out. Tantari winning the ball, and Two's in classic style. Just standing up for that.
First one was same as second.
Bit of argument from the coaches. Second challenge there, I would disagree with Brett Pullen. That was a clean challenge by Tantari, but yeah, maybe a little bit over eager on that first one. Kind of two challenges in that passage of play. Tick past 22 minutes. On four. Doesn't really go anywhere. Not the best delivery. Toby Anderson in there. Miley. Capolino. Dylan, the reverse ball. Can he drag it back? He can. Smith not able to finish through some city legs. And a little flick. Stone clears. Trying to find Anderson on the break. Zebras now finding some good opportunities. It's interesting, I feel like City have had more of the play, but when Zebras go in and attack with pace, they look like they are really on one to score a goal. Capolino, Dylan running at players. Stone. Atari. To Woodland. Spreading it around. Good ball out to Anderson. Just overplayed a little bit. A little late challenge. Is that inside the box? I think it is. Matthews just missed the ball there, and Anderson taking full advantage. So it's a penalty for Launceston City. An action-packed game already. Only 23 minutes in. A bit wide out there. Maybe not threatening the goals. Maybe a challenge that didn't really need to be made. But Anderson using his pace. And it's always hard to deal with from a defensive perspective. It's all Humphrey, the centre-back. Does take a lot of set pieces for Launceston City. Love to see a centre-back taking a penalty. Often just roof these penalties, but... Out Simeone, you've got Stone as well. Left Antari probably take a penalty as well. Got a lot of options to choose with, and Humphrey's the man. Jones able to delay him a little bit. Code just having a look at the spot, making sure it's on the spot. Humphrey trying to take it a little bit forward. Sometimes it just gives you the bad vibes, these delayed penalties, but here we go. It's Will Humphrey. Oh, cannons off the post. He hit it well. He sent the keeper the wrong way. Hit it a little bit too well, potentially, and that's going to be a rude missed opportunity there for Launceston City. It could have been a gifted 2-1 lead. We're still knotted up. It's one of those ones where gotta make sure you get those on target. I mean, that hits the post and cannons in. So, great penalty. But unfortunate for Will Humphrey. Did strike it very cleanly. As I said, the centre-backs do like to hit their penalties hard, typically. Maybe just a little bit more nous would have sent him the wrong way. And not coming off the post, but just have to pick himself up and move on from that one. Jones sends it forward. By Hampson. It's a very action-packed game already. Keep saying that. But energy's good from both teams. And, definitely goals on the menu tonight. Probably come down to which team can stand up defensively here. Attacks with pace. And just not quite handled very well there. That was twos. Simeone back to Wilcox. It's not cleanly passed through between the two, and they can't find Tantari's run. Woodland just going under that one, but not just twos out of it. Hampson, Simeone. Simeone running into those channels tonight, looking very dangerous when he does. Really thunderous kind of running that he does. And that's where the first goal came from. Channel run. And that was a pretty good one too. Just ball maybe a little bit too much gas. The Jai a little bit closer. Samara. Tantari with a little drop of the shoulder. Gets himself out of trouble, and Launceston City just able to spread it across their back four. Humphrey with a great ball out to Hampson. It's not preferred tonight. Two right-footed fullbacks, so they have kind of to share time. Humphrey in a bit of trouble. Does pretty well, but chooses press. Just create the turnover for Zebras, and Jacobs in very good position. Riley Dillon making an excellent run. Jacobs cutting that one out. And he reads the play just beautifully, Alex Jacobs. Smith and Tantari looking to combine. Into Humphrey. Mason Smith is offside. Just try to key into some of those instructions from the Zebras coaching staff there. I think we've picked up on the Jai just man-marking, essentially, Toby Simeone, and they'll just flip their centre-backs between who isn't on him, have one man free at all times, and the other one marking him tightly, trying to match physicality with physicality. Could be a good strategy, we'll see. Might create some confusion. It's Miley finding some space now, jinking inside, and can't find twos. Hampson trying to release Anderson, and he has. Stay in. Mine's a touchline. Both teams, when it's on, will break quickly. Anderson just running out of room there. Nice little ball through by, I think it was Hampson. Lump four. Free shielding that one off beautifully. So 1-1 with about half an hour gone. Would be very well be 2-1 with a missed penalty from Launceston City. Simeone using his body well. Joel Stone sending it wide to Tantari. He's found the byline. He's got it back in. Kept it in play. Smith making a good run, but there's not enough pace on it to beat the keeper. Josh Jones to just slow it down and sent forward. Capellino done well to bring it to the ground, but Humphrey right there. And Simon just sending it out wide. Cade Smith jockeying. But City come away with the ball. Wilcox now on his bike to get forward when he's got space, and pops that one into the channel. Simeone again running into the channel, and Ajayi's come over to cover. It's done well. Against Simeone, these channel runs are very challenging to mark, and Wilcox with a really good ball in, and City will find that corner. A lot of banter on the sidelines tonight. I don't know how much of it is accurate. And all mind games. In by Tantari and Humphrey. It's a clear header at the near post. But not to be for City. So Humphrey with a few good opportunities. Again, centre-back finding himself in with some clear-cut opportunities. That one was a hard one to deal with. Those near post headers, you kind of need to flick him back a little bit. It's a pretty clean heading opportunity, but obviously missing the goal. Sent forward. Zebras. Woodland and Stone. Again, Stone playing a little bit deeper tonight, with Smith kind of playing as a 10. I don't mind seeing that. James Hawes out of the side. Or at least on the bench tonight. Can't find Simeone, but Tantari gets back off the rebound, and Cade Smith sits him down, but not enough contact for a free kick. Good body. Like Dylan on the counter attack. And ultimately cut out. That's a very big threat for City tonight. Riley Dillon just hanging off their last man at all opportunities. Looks like Capolino's kind of drifting in a little bit more, and then Two's kind of filling in the space around them. Be Matthew to take. Corner. Good delivery in before from the assistant City captain. It's another good one, but away by Jacobs. Dillon back in. No one really there for him though, and Clark collects. Sent forward by Hampson. Again, Simeone in the channel. Curtis Miley mopping that one up. He's done well to get around Simeone. Gets it up to Dillon. Twos is running in behind, and Capolino's kind of drifted out to the near side here. But lays it back. Ben Tilley. Great overlapping run. Ball in. Avoids Twos, but does enough to kind of create a chaotic ball in the middle. Away by Jacobs. Miley again. A bit late by Stone and pulled up by the referee. Just a talking to this time of Joel Stone. He wasn't that late on that one, but can be master of the slide tackle. Can also mistime them from time to time. Joel Stone. With Dillon again over this ball. Displayed how good he is with both feet, taking a left-footed corner. Looks like he's shaping up to take this one on his right. Back post and Humphrey away. Mason Smith does well to get it to Tantari. Do they have the on-man rush? Cut out by Simon. Matthew goes wide. Hampson just shooting Twos. Almost wins the ball, but Twos back, and Kate Smith can't find her over the top. Twos pressing again and comes off Twos, and probably a goal kick, but I think the Lino's called that one a corner there. Stone just getting Twos to explain if that was a corner or not. The crowd in that back corner for City definitely didn't agree. Obviously, I'm not close enough to see that, but it's found its way to Riley Dillon at the top of the box, and he unleashes one on the left. And Lockie Clark not happy with how that was closed down. Obviously, ended up just sprayed out, hit with some venom, but quite cleanly hit. But still, that's not a ball that you want to see as a keeper. It's the ball trickling to the top of the box with Riley Dillon standing over it. Great touch from Tantari. Simeone in the channel again. Will Jai get there? Slides in. Did win the ball, but Simeone just dragging him back. That's going to be a tense battle all night between the two. I think Simeone read that kind of well, but he just lost his footing with the slide. And Jai did pretty well in the end. It's going to be Ben Tilley to get them restarted for Zebras. Launch forward. Capolino. Oh, gets it cleanly. Players having a little bit of trouble with their footing tonight. Does look a little bit bobbly out there. Nothing wrong with the grass coverage, but just that sort of patchy, like, surface underneath. Made harder by a little bit of dew, potentially. A little bit of physicality there in the middle, and Simeone doesn't see Smith, and Stone on the ground again. Definitely some pleading from the Zebras bench for a yellow card. Again, another slip. Dewy conditions. Made the turf a little bit difficult. I think the next one will be yellow from Stone. Again, that one, nothing wrong with that. Just found himself on the ground. Tantari. Self in space, cutting to the outside. Stood up to the back stick and no one thundering in the back stick for Tantari's cross. That's where the space was. But, yeah, showed well to the outside by Will Simard. Really now cottoning onto it. They go short a fair bit. Sending them up is Jones. It's a clean hit from the Zebras keeper. Twos. Early ball. He's got Dylan at the back post. Turns onto his left. Great save by Clark. Riley Dillon did very well to fashion an opportunity. Still got it though, Riley Dillon. Stands it up over Clark. Back in and finally handled by Stone. Very dangerous play from Zebras. Riley Dillon again, just showing that spatial awareness. Dropping off at the back post and well taken down there at the back post. A bit of patience too. Zebras working their way into the game, starting to find their way on top. Again, they look very threatening when they do go forward. They haven't had a lot of possession, I'd say. Especially through the midfield, they're getting bodied off it like they are there by Woodland. There's Matthew though. But when they do go forward with a bit of pace, they're creating opportunities and a bit of trouble for the Zebras. Sorry, the City's defence. The Devils there, City. They're both the black and white stripes. And it's mishandled there. Simeone does find his way onto it. Jones, a bit out of position. Tantari. It's going to have to cross it in. It's a good cross. Anderson with a great header, and that's a fantastic save by the Zebras keeper, Josh Jones. What a passage of play by City. And a fantastic reaction save by Jones. Low to his left. Great header by Toby Anderson. And he's done well to recover from being out of position. Send it back in here. Done well to keep it at 1-1, Zebras. Could be 3-1 potentially if penalty goes in and that save doesn't get made, but here we are, 1-1. Anderson, man who's just had his dreams thwarted by Zebras keeper. Dylan. Miley's made the run forward in front of his striker. Just holding it up. Blocked off by Smith. A nice little bit of combination play by City to get out of trouble there. Here's Stone. Again, playing a little bit deeper tonight. He's going to have to do a lot more defensive work. And Syson's on his back about that. You can hear that. It's a good little ball in. Tantari in space. Stands it up again. No one there this time. To the danger zone, it's Stone. Oh, outside of the booth and just curling away. First one to get to it was Joel Stone. Zebras just caught ball watching just a touch there. Don't think anyone really knew who was going to clear that one. And Stone being the opportunist. On the outside of the boot and just playing it a little bit wide, but good. Another good opportunity for Launceston City. Capellino fouled by Humphrey. Humphrey all over the back of him. Now Zebra slowing it down. Matthew going to put the long ball in, potentially, or we'll switch over to Simon here on the near side. Simon. I really need to make my mind up on how I'm going to pronounce his last name. I will do some work in the week and see how he's pronounced. No foul there given by Riley. Oh, Dylan does put a decent ball in. Body shape all out of position from Kate Smith. And that's a late challenge by Riley Dylan, and that will be a slice of cheese. Been a few challenges flying in. Joel Stone a little bit sore on that challenge. Dylan just showing the intensity that I think this game has brought out of both sides. But just a bit late on that one and probably a deserved slice of cheese. Yellow card for Zebra's talisman. Don't mind that too much when you see forward players. They probably not under pressure to make challenges as much, or you want as much as you want them creating the pressure. Not going to be having to make any kind of lunging challenges. They don't need to. Great feat by Miley. He's done pretty well to get a foot in twice there. And now can he launch the City counter-attack? And the Jai just cutting that one out. Nice little ball over the top by Humphrey. A cut out, but Tantari now capitalising on a mistake. Oh, a few turnovers from both sides. And Stone on his right. Oh, he's just shoved off it enough by twos. But the keeper hasn't dealt with it. Back to Anderson. Cuts on to his left. Sliding challenge, but that was a well-won ball by Matthew Pace. Playing a full-back position tonight, Matt Pace. City again finding Josh Jones off his line, but good enough at scrambling here, Zebras. And they've been able to weather the storm so far. Swung in. And off the Zebras player, so it will come in again. It's Josh Stone out there who's taking it. In the dark. Was it? No, Tantari again. Switched out to the left side just to take the corner. Swung in. A little bit short this time. But only as far as Humphrey. He pulls the trigger and it's not dealt with that convincingly by the Zebras defence, but ricochets out. Off a teammate, actually. Goal kick. I thought that was off a Zebras player. Humphrey finding a few good opportunities tonight. Centre back. Always a benefit of a classy centre back. But he's going up for the corners and doesn't even know find the back of the net yet. Sent forward by Jones. Cut about Woodland. Miley. Impressed with his little quick feed in middle. Saman tries to send it forward and doesn't find the postcode of Riley Dillon. Pressing from twos. Very intense customers, Sam twos. Brings that edge to his game. Some players need that. Wilcox to throw. Done by Tantari into a bit of space, and Tilly plays it back to his keeper. It's a very quick press by Anderson. Puts the Zebras keeper under a lot of pressure. Capolino winning a header in there. Attacked by Ian Hansen. We tick into injury time in the first half. Humphrey with a fantastic ball out to Tantari. Simeone back into Tantari. Looks for a little reverse ball. Can't find his striker. Does find him eventually. Tantari looking for the 1-2. Doesn't get the pass back. Wilcox a little bit overlap and sends it back to Anderson. Headed away by Pace. Twos. Matthew combining. Twos in the sliding challenge. Got the ball first though. The referee. Smith turns the corner. Anderson, a little flick around the corner as well. Matthew's done very well with his body just to shield it off. And that is half-time in this quarterfinal matchup of the Lakoseljac Cup. 1-1 Launceston City versus Clarence Zebras. Been a fantastic, energetic half of football. Surprised it's only been the 2 goals scored. Really good goal scored by Mason Smith, with the assist coming from Toby Simeone for the Launceston City goal. And Zebras with a little poke home at the back stick. I'm fairly sure it was Juan Capolino. I'll have to get the ruling from the referee there. But they responded in quick order, and then a missed penalty from Will Humphrey. Off the post, granted. And then a few other good opportunities. Great save by Josh Jones. And it's all happening here at Buckby Park. So I hope you'll join me for hopefully another action-packed second half. Just here in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Buckby Land Rover Park. Here for the second half of this Lakoseljac Cup quarter-final. As we get set for this second half. Just a little bit lackadaisical, getting back out there, Zebras and the referee staff. And yeah, just getting ready to have another get set up for this one. Toby Simeone ready to take the kick, and Zebra's bench just get themselves back into position. And just scout around and see if there's any immediate substitutions happening. We'll find that out as we go. But a very energetic first half with a 1-1 scoreline between two teams. Yeah, Launceston City definitely having the better chances of the two, but both teams threatening, absolutely. Again, a missed penalty. A very good save by Josh Jones to keep it at 1-1. We're back underway here, second half in Launceston. Zebras, again, they've got just such a talented front half. And when they can release them in space, they always look dangerous. And it's just about the rest of the team kind of falling in line and working hard. Sent forward, and Joel Stone spreads it wide. Again, playing deeper tonight, Joel Stone. I like what we've seen from him in that position. I guess it's just more about that defensive work rate. Anderson with the 1-on-1. Pace cuts inside. Two's there to snuff that one out. It's a good cut from Anderson, but Two's kind of out of his blind spot. Making good defensive work from the Zebras forward. Ball in behind for Simeone. Flags stayed down for a second and ended up being raised there. Didn't get his cut back inside cleanly anyway. Toby Simeone, ever the threat for Launceston City tonight. Assisted one, and he's been a handful for Pritchard Ajayi, but Ajayi's also given it back to him. As much as I guess Simeone's won some battles, Ajayi's won just as many. In a really good 50-50 contest between good old-fashioned man-marking contest, really. Smith gets pulled off it. Catalino got a 2-on-1, and Hampson does well to win the ball. Held his ground. That pace to take the throw. Smith. Cade variety. Always a few Smiths hanging around the Tasmanian Football Leagues. Cade, a Zebras player. Mason on the City side. Dylan's cutting inside. Crossing in. Up for Capolino. Down for Miley. Gets back on his right. Good ball in to Capolino, and he nutmegs Clark for a goal. 2-1 Clarence Zebras. It's a very well taken finish and excellently set up by Curtis Miley. That is a brace for Juan Capolino, if I'm not mistaken. And the new Zebras player this year is showing that he has a nose for goal. Great little turn back and nutmegs Lockie Clark. Seen that already today, under the keeper. Famous quote by Lockie Brown. And that one has gone underneath. So that's a somewhat out of nowhere goal for Zebras. And they find themselves, as they did last weekend, 2-1 up. This time away from home, and still a half to play. Will City find their way back into the game? We'll see. Yeah, Curtis Miley just at the back post in space and not being able to be dispossessed, and lovely little dribbling skill from the midfielder. And just rolled it straight back in where the defence had slid over to cover him, and Capolino duly obliged. Another good goal from Clarence Zebras. And 2-1 up. Smith's tugging a little bit on the shirt of Stone. Not cool. It's Humphrey with a powerful run forward. Miley dives in. It's a bad challenge from Miley. Sort of wanted to halt the attack of the City centre-back there. Just diving in, making sure that he can't get past. You'll be happy to cop that one. You probably don't want the opposition centre-back walking through your entire field. Good run forward from Humphrey. He does have some class when he wants to go forward. Always a good option to progress the ball for City from centre-back. And it'll be Joel Stone to take. Deeper ball. Humphrey's gone up now. Just the 2 men back for City to cover. Stone with a pretty good ball in. Jones comes, takes and bounces off his own player. Just gone forward, and Kate Smith has to just deal with that one. Everyone out of position. Just put that one out over the line for a corner. Get your shape back. But a little bit of a hairy moment from Jones. Didn't handle that one well, even though there wasn't anyone really waiting for City straight ahead of him, but just kind of ricocheting off Zebra's players all over the place. It's Tentari launches that one high. Jacobs underneath it. Simeone at the back stick. A bit of anti-footwork. Cuts back inside, and Capolino just happy to just run straight at him and dispossess him. Oh, he went. We'll make a judgment about that one, but the referee has called it. I think Capolino definitely happy to just earn it, get out of trouble. He's done very well to make the challenge at least. Pace over the ball now. Zebras with a very handy 2-1 lead here. And this will be a very good victory if they can manage to hold on to win it. Always great road trip back, a cup win up in Lonnie or Devonport, even though not many teams win up there these days, especially in the cup. Tantari here. Just trying to make up his mind about what to do, and 2s again. I think it's a little bit of good defensive work from him. Zebras kind of almost dropped back into a 4-man midfield when they're defending. Anderson with a little bit of a speculative shot. It kind of was open for him. He's kind of stepped off, didn't want to be beat on the real deep cut inside, and Anderson took the window there, and good shape on it, but not enough power to beat Jones. And sends that one forward. Miley just leaves it for Matthew. Looking for Dylan again. Running off that wing, and he's pressured well. Clark has to slide in. Makes the challenge in the end. A little bit hairy there for the City keeper, but goes off Dylan in the end, and a goal kick to see. There's been a few moments at the back for City this year where it hasn't been the cleanest in terms of just playing it back to their keeper. Not always 100% care taken there, but I think the intention's right in trying to get out of trouble. Jacobs just launching into the midfield. Flipped over again. Again, footing a little bit difficult tonight. A little bit of chew around. A little bit of difficult grass. A bit of indecision from the City defence again. Not really sure who was coming for that one, who was going. Humphrey ended up just making a decision for everyone. Hoofing it up in the air. Pace giving that one away to Stone. Stone just taking his time over it. In a bit of space. 2's now pressing. 2's quite mindful of Stone tonight. Playing defensively when he has to, and then pushing forward in a 10 position. It's Tentari wiggling his way forward. Sits down one of his Zebra's defenders, but again, it is quite slippery out here tonight. It's launched up high. Anderson competing well with Jones, but Jones does well to just take that one. Nice little footy mark there. Duke's out in front. Cavallino back to Cade Smith. Matthew has turned inside. Good pressing from Simeone, but comes off him for a Zebras throw. Again, if Zebras do the double 2 weeks in a row, I can't imagine that's just a very satisfying 2 weeks there. And a little bit of a rivalry between these two teams with Italian heritage. role. The Clarence with a recent merger in their past. Still some attachment to that culture. It's a very interesting call there from Code. Giving that one to City while Capellino's on the ground. Thinks he might have caught one in the midriff. Chat from both benches tonight. It's been in fine fettle. Again, I can't verify the accuracy of either of the calls. Very classically, as benches tend to do, just seeing the ball come off their player, or not a free kick in that in some cases. Anderson can't control it. A little bit of a chaotic ball. Tentari heading out wide. Stone tries to use his body. Simon out there. Wilcox overlapping. And good covering out wide from Miley there. Zebra's definitely kind of operating more in this little diamond formation in their midfield here in this second half, with Matthew kind of being the base in the defensive midfield, and then Miley kind of out on the left a little bit more. Smith on the right, and then Two's at the point of it, and then they've got the two attackers in Dylan and Capellino leading the line, and then Smith will just float out into the wide positions if they need to. Nice little flexible formation by Brett Pullen. I think that's been pretty effective in nullifying the threat that City's midfield group have, really. Especially Joel Stone. I think they're quite mindful of Stone, how threatening can he be and where he can get the ball. He's receiving it deeper tonight. As Twos with a good press. Just find Smith. It's Twos again. Can't work away through. Good sliding challenge by Anderson. Mason Smith this time. Sends it forward, looking for Simeone, and Ajay covering off very well again. Got a very confident air about him, Pritchard Ajay. Like to see that from his centre-back. Great throw from Smith. As Joel Stone ghosting behind, but leaves the ball behind. Does get it back, and Smith has a fresh area, and Stone sits down Matthew, I think it is. Code not giving him a yellow card. I think Stone happy to just run away. He's had a few free kicks given already. Okay, there we go. Here's the talking to. Will there be a slice of cheese involved? I think Stone was just like, not sure if I want to be involved with talking to here, but I think if he doesn't come back, yeah, it's going to be a yellow card. There it is.
Well done there. Well done. Just make sure we set up. Hey.
A little slice of cheese for Joel Stone. 57th minute. Gone. Not a challenge maybe needed to make, but kind of almost did have the Zebras defence on skates for a second. Well recovered there by Matthew and Smith as well. Jones launches it. Jacobs gets back into the mixer. Bodies flying everywhere as Hampson goes through Capellino. And Capellino's really trying to goad Hampson into something tonight. Will there be another slice coming out? Not as yet. Don't think there will be one. Pretty good position here for a Zebras free kick. Matthew over it. Looks like they're all lining up at the back post. Capellino is wiry frame to aim for. Looks like Tilly's also up for it, and Ajay as well. A little bit behind the play from Matthew. Stone and Matthew challenging for it in the middle. Dylan. Capellino. Dylan again. That's a great crawl. Oh, he's gone underneath it. I've got a call from his back post in twos. So Smith just kind of left that one alone, Cade Smith. Probably right to get a call and leave it for his back post man, but Hampson was covering over there. And Woodland. Haven't seen as much of Jack Woodland in this second half, or kind of late period of the first as well. So on the ball a lot in that opening 15 minutes. Probably dealing with that diamond formation now from Clarence. Caballino does Hampson, all ends up. Back into pace. It's a great cross. Ooh, Smith's there at the back with Clark, and it's put in at the back stick by Dylan. Ruled out by the referee. Maybe offside by the flag up there on the far side. Disallowed goal for Zebras now. And City on the attack. It's been mostly Zebras this last 10 minutes. After that goal. Jai and Simeone. Again, Simeone winning this one out. The Jai trying to shield it off, but blocked by Siman. All happening here at Buckby Park tonight. Hard to keep a track of, to be honest. So Dylan with a ruled out goal. Clark kind of had his hands on it, to be fair. I don't know if he fully had control over it, though. And it just ricocheted back to Dylan, and he plucked it into the back of the net. So potentially a bit of a let-off there for Launceston City. Now, here is the replay. It was Cade Smith. He got his foot in, to be fair to him. Maybe there... Yeah, there's an offside, I think, on Smith. Because the keeper's come up, he's actually not the last man. It's always a confusing rule for me. So maybe somewhat of a bit of bad luck there for the Zebras. But a fair decision in the end. We'll look to regroup through. The centre-back and twos. Pace just lumps it forward. Actually, pretty challenging ball with that spin. Clark's come for it. Oh, he wanted it to go over the back line. But again, with that spin, it held up, and Smith pressing well enough. Matt Pace to take the throw in. This is Miley. Impressive when he's had the ball, Miley. Really nice quick feet. Showing it again. Great ball in. Controlled by Capolino, and it's twos. Bouncing ball. Capolino with his body in the way and a little bicycle kick opportunity. Never really got the right purchase on it there, but Juan Capolino, very heady player. He likes tonight. I think Juan Hansen on the left has felt that keenly tonight. And Alex Jacobs just shaken up a little bit after the play. Be interesting to see if Daniel Syson does try to bring any changes. Typically not a coach who makes a lot of substitutions. But James Hawes, who has played a lot, is on the bench tonight. More of a midfield option, though. He'll probably be wanting to shut the door. But potentially there is an option to throw Joel Stone further forward with him on the bench. And potentially Mason Smith out wide or off, who knows. We're speculating till it happens. But yeah, good header away by the City defender. Stone. Done well to get around Matthew. Matthew does well. Capolino. And just showing that class. Pretty dangerous ball in. Dylan. Oh, there's a shout for foul on Jacobs. Not given. Twos. Back stick. It's found the feed of Cade Smith and it's blocked by Clark. Excellent keeping from the Launceston City keeper. Jeez, I don't know how that didn't find the back of the net. Cade Smith involved. Riley Dillon involved. Joel Stone with a 3-on-1. Didn't have any options and a foul potentially not given. Get away with it and Stone knocked out by Miley. Wilcox trying to send it to Anderson. Just going to settle myself down here. Again, it's been an action-packed game. Probably could have been 3 or 4. Well, it has been 3 goals. Probably 4 or 5 goals, if not more. Lockie Clark coming to the rescue there. Just reading that one off the drop well. Smith out wide now. Mason Smith for City. To Woodland. Smith. His touch out wide and Miley blocks him off. It's Cade Smith now. Twos. Robbed of it by Tantari. Tantari's had a lot less of the peel this second half. It's always, again, and also Toby Simeone as well. And that's you want those two having as much of the ball as you can. Here is Toby Simeone. A bit of space to run into. Again, a 3-on-1. Zebra's just defending very well and releasing Dylan. Clark's come for it. Deals with it. Launches it high. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Matthew can't find Cade Smith. Now City just trying to control it. Two's going through the back of Stone. It's a no foul call from Sam Twos, and also the referee. Finds Capolino at the back stick on his left. Great little turn back on his right, and he sends it over the bar. Juan Capolino with the fancy footwork. Never really had the best angle to shoot. Let's see here, Clark, I think had it covered. That was a lovely switch of the feet. Yeah, and just brought himself a little bit too wide. Again, hindsight, 2020, maybe could have had a go on his left, but to be fair, everyone was reading it, but there would have been a bit more space at least that Clark wasn't covering. Miley with a beautiful challenge and takes off with pace. Not Matt pace, just running pace. Smith and Woodland. Now Woodland getting into the game a little bit more. Maybe City also having to deal with a little bit of a lower block from Zebras. And that goes out of play. Yeah, Matthew Smith and Miley being a little bit more deep. Twos will join in when they have to. Wilcox. Joel Stone. Just can't find the feet of Toby Anderson. Mason Smith looking for a through pass. Played about pace. It's handled by Miley. Tantari now looking to regroup for City. Just over an hour gone in this game. Still plenty of time for Lonnie City or Zebras to put the lead away as Anderson swings on his right. Really have a great angle for it, but did that pretty well in the end. Had Josh Jones on his toes. He needed a little bit more whip on that one. Jones had that one covered, I reckon. We've had to really catch him napping to find that far post. As we get into almost the 70-minute mark, this is where Zebras will want to be nice and clinical. I'll take a little bit of extra time on these kicks and throw-ins. Just play patiently. Make sure City don't have time to come back in the game. Humphrey.
Well done.
Toby Simeone cutting inside again, but he finds two Zebras players again. Again, Sam Two's doing that defensive work. Always got a bit of a wall off with, normally with Matthew and his fullbacks, but Two's coming in. He's playing out a little bit wider. Kind of a very free roll, Sam Two's, but making sure he's doing defensive work. And I think knowing some of Brett Pullen's teams in the past in Southern Championship with Beachside, that's always an aspect of their game. Prides themselves on. Twos goes down. Fast little feet there and sat down by Hampson. Better get himself out of trouble there, Sam Twos. Anderson playing through the middle now, and Simeone on the right. I think they're trying to get Simeone in a bit of space, and definitely had a little bit more. He hasn't had a dry just up the back of him the entire time. But again, it's that isolation when they get 2 players on him as blazed over the bar. And for Zebras, I think Capolino's been fantastic in the second half. Really good. Really quick feet and creativity. As Zebras ring their first change of the day. Liam Taselli, goal scorer in last week's game. He started that one too, so he's coming up. And looks like Juan Capolino coming off. So I wonder if that's a defensive kind of shift there from Brett Pullen, the Zebras Rain Trust. Taselli has gone straight up high. That kind of wide striker again. Twos sliding back into that 10. Here is Twos. Ball. Cade Smith. Very well done by Stone. Standing tackle this time. Joel Stone. Doesn't have the option, so he has to wriggle his way out. Fakes to Hampson, and then Twos just shielding him off again. That's really been the theme of tonight. Not letting Joel Stone have supply of the football. Steph Tantari with a brilliant piece of play. That was Wilcox out wide. It's not a quality ball from Mac Wilcox, but here he goes again, bombing down the right. Tantari. Wilcox. Past Miley. This is Hampson. Cutting inside on the right. Stone now. Again, Twos just in his back pocket again. Wilcox with a better ball this time, but away by Jay. Stone. Oh, it's Woodland this time collecting it. Here is Joel Stone this time. Jacobs. Back into Joel Stone. He gets in front. And a little chipped ball through to Mason Smith. Back heel from Smith. Dangerous little back heel. Dealt with in the end. And Tilly, I think that was, with the clearance. Humphrey with another lovely little attacking run. Shift to the hips. And known for a shift of the hips is Joel Stone. Simeone with a good little cut in and an interesting ball. But away again by the Zebras defence. Some very intense defending there from Clarence Zebras. And City will regroup and reload this attack. A lot of men behind the ball for Zebras now. Dylan shifting into the middle here. Pretty much just Taselli and Dylan up top for everyone else behind the ball at the moment. Just a slight slip there from... That's Alex Jacobs out there. And just squirts through the path of Toby Simeone. Lovely little byline push from Simeone. Just the final ball not quite coming off. But City, again, pushing for an equaliser here. Will Zebras just hold out? I think Ajay and Tilly have been pretty solid in there tonight. Matt Pace as well. Haven't really said his name a lot, but actually been very good in terms of his positional play and just solidly on this right-hand side. Maybe not bombing forward as much as some other right-backs have been, but he's a very capable attacking player at times. But especially in this second half, they just want to make sure they're solid here, Zebras. It's Taselli. Lovely little ball through for Riley Dillon. Well tracked by the opposing number 7 in Jack Woodland. Get a little bit of a lull in play. And Zebras kicking this one down. This will be a little bit frustrating for City. It's hard when you're kind of creeping into about 15 minutes to go and then just that intensity, just Sting getting taken out of the game. Dylan Woodland with a free header away. Also the feed of Miley. Tries to shoot it on his left. And Simeone and Tantari now trying to counter-attack. Toby Anderson ahead of the play. It's not a bad ball from Tantari, and Jones had to be aware of the danger. Alex Jacobs just pushed underneath it by Taselli. And it's a free kick for City. The City fans always have a lot of fans up here. A lot of juniors who come and watch the games. Just great to see. Find their voice. Oh, not the best clearance by Tilly, but dealt with enough. And now Dylan is poaching off. A little header from Humphrey. Goes around the outside of Jacobs. Got great pace, Riley Dylan. Jacobs with a very good recovering challenge. Doesn't want to hand up from the opposing centre forward. Dylan just wanting a little bit of a friendly contest there, and fair enough if you don't need that. Oh, looks like Jacobs is feeling hammy a little bit there. Maybe that's why he didn't want to show any signs of slowing down, Dylan. Stone just cutting off that short corner. Dylan to send. Nice high one. A Jai there. Won by City defender. Smith launches it forward. Simeone to attack, and that's Cade Smith, who's almost starting to hit that one. Maybe Jones just waiting it, and Simeone chasing it down. Still 15 minutes to go for City. Do they have attacking options off the bench? That's the I think that's the question that I've been asking all season, really. They hadn't really needed to, probably in the first couple of rounds, but they've either striked early against Riverside or happy with a draw against Knights before Woodland scored that lovely winner in injury time. But in these games where they need to chase it, they're 2-1 down against Zebras 2 weeks in a row. Will they flip the script this time? Selly trying to bustle his way through. Nice even contest. Here's Anderson now. They're running behind, but flood of Zebras players getting back. Hard running by Miley, covering through centre backs. Matthew also just in there.
Get back in and help.
Look over the top. Antari, shot for a free kick. Not given. Or Joel Stone. A little bit hard to see over that far side sometimes. These shadows. Half shout from City. I'll be ruining that penalty, really. Even though it was 1-1 at the time, I think, oh, maybe that doesn't hurt that much. But now in a hole with 2-1. Going to take some work from here to try and knot it up. Hampson. Simon. Oh, Pace just let that one behind a little bit. Twos. Does pretty well. Small man on big man here. I think Simeone actually did pretty well not to foul there. Use of the body, but not enough. But Twos actually kept possession for Zebras there, even though they wanted a free kick. Be happy with that. They're pulling, just trying to keep the confidence in this Zebras side. To Selly. Robbed of it by Tantari. A little poke away by Selly, tracking back. Here's Twos. Pace with the overlapping run. Really working hard. Sold a little bit too narrow there by Twos. Easy to do in those overlapping situations. Just getting a little bit narrow on that pass. It's always better just to stick it a little bit wider if you can. But at this point of the game, I don't blame anyone for making small little mistakes. Fielded by Woodland. A little dangerous little ball in. Thumped forward by Tantari. Anderson running really hard with the jai. Is that a free kick? Linesman calls it. Anderson wanting a little bit more there, or maybe there's a little bit of chat between the two. Yeah, switching it up in this second half, looking for Anderson kind of... I think they're trying to just take the sting out of that contest between Ajay and Simeone, and Simeone in a different type of matchup against Matt Pace. I'm not sure whether it's worked or not, but definitely good to just try different things, and Anderson doing well there. It's high ball in, Simeone at the back post, not challenging. It's flicked away by Tilly. Can Stone get there? He can. Easy ball to Simeone. Smith pressing hard. Here comes Pace. Turn the corner and it's a foul by Matt Pace. Then the left winger and the left back. Sorry, the right back. It's near side. It was a good challenge between the two. Tantari. His way through again. It's an interesting little ball through, but Mason Smith and Simeone just kind of split the difference between them there. Now there's only 10 minutes to go here. Zebra's still pushing. I don't think they've had quite as much of an opportunity in this last probably 10 minutes, but they've been very solid defensively, which not one or the other really. Here comes Simeone. Coming off, and we'll see Riley Fellows coming on. Wayne Hampson also coming off, and Jack Woodland as well. So Slyson ringing the changes. We'll see Justin Padron and James Hawes. That's a like-for-like, Hawes and Woodland, just trying to get that energy up. Hawes is probably a little bit more of a forward runner, so here we go. This is Slyson's change of the game. And with that, will we see Stone further forward? I don't know if we will. He's still in the game as well. So probably two advanced kind of sixes, say. Forward. Over the top. Dylan with a lovely little bit of chest control and robbed of it by Jacobs. Goes out for it. Zebra's corner. They'll be happy to just take their time here. Make a bit more sting out of the game. As the tall timber for Zebras comes up. Been a pretty even aerial contest, I'd say, between these two teams. It's Dylan. Is it high? Jump for it by Cade Smith. No one at the back post, and Mac Wilcox on his bike. Padron there, but cut out by Miley. Another great piece of football by Curtis Miley, but does lose the dribble. He'll weave his way through the middle. He's working hard now defensively. This is Tantari. Low ball through. That's Tilly away there. It's a little offside from... How are you doing? Tantari. Hope through for Hawes. Fresh man on. Plays it back. Wilcox switch.
Let's go, Toss! Let's go, Toss! Well done!
Russell Humphrey. Smith looking for Padron. It's hoofed away by Jay. Fearing that pressure. Jacobs caught underneath it. Riley Dillon very happy to just cause some chaos. Oh, and he's almost pressed the city keeper there. Humphrey trying to fake out Liam Tiselli. And didn't have anything up the line. That's a decent ball from Matthew. Oh, great cut inside from Riley Dillon, but Jacobs makes a very good challenge in the end. It's a superb sliding challenge. Got the ball. Could have been a penalty very easily if he used more hands, but Dillon with a really good little cut across the face of his centre-back. And City now counter-attacking. Tantari with a left-footed ball. Great little floated ball. Wilcox can't take it down cleanly. It's been such a good feature of Zebra's plays. This back four's tackling tonight. Siman and Miley not in the back four, but he's out there making a challenge. This is that one. And he's brought it back for a free kick. I did think there was a bit of extra contact on that one. And Code just wanting to play the advantage, but none there. So 6 minutes to go here. Buckby Land Rover Park. Are we in for a grandstand finish? This could be an opportunity for Launceston City. But again, Zebra's been so tight at the back pretty much all night. It was a great first goal from City, but since that opportunity, they've been very, very tight. There's Humphrey. Whips it in. Good ball in. Save made by Jones. It's on the ground and cleared away by Zebras in the end. Desperate defending there from Clarence Zebras. Pause. Didn't really look up and split his defence. Riley Dillon gets a little tug on the shirt, but they've paid advantage potentially, or no advantage. And covered in the end by Juan Hansen. Oof. Oh, sorry, Riley Fellows is coming. Oh, that's a skew with clearance. Pace. Wins a throw, I'm pretty sure, for Zebras down there. Justin Padron. Trying to press. 5 minutes to go now. Got to be everything to the wall. Hammer and tongs here for Launceston City. Got to be desperate times. Wonder if there'll be some more direct play. Wilcox. Come forward. Pause. Stone. Swings it wide. And cannot find Steph Tantari out on the right wing. Just a little bit overhit by Joel Stone. Probably the right ball. The feet of Sam Tooze. Shout for a free kick from the City fans, not given. Really fair enough. And here's Dillon, who's been pretty isolated in the second half since Capellino's gone off, but hasn't really been that focused on defending. Just settles for the ball out of play there, Riley Dillon. He had 2 or 3 City defenders on him, and Clark happy to get it moving quick. Matt Wilcox on his bike, running into space. Still going Matt Wilcox. Cuts inside now. Oh, he's looking for the run of Nathan Smith, but finds his way to Tantari. That's an excellent challenge by Siman. Gone out for a throw, but a very crucial challenge by Will Siman. Tantari was giving him some fits in the first half, but it's been all Zebras in the second. It's just going to just call for some very dogged defending from Clarence Zebras here to see out this game. Riley Fellows. Spread across to Will Humphrey. Will he look for something at the back post? Doesn't have any options. No one's coming short. Now everyone's coming short. And good little turn from Anderson. Call for a free kick. I don't know if there was any ball had by the Zebras defence, but not given. Anyway, the touch was maybe a little bit strong for him to get to. Whipped away. James Hawes. Doesn't find a pass. I think he was looking for Stone, but Stone made a different run. Riley Dillon really sucking him in up there. He's made a lot of attacking runs, a lot of sprints forward. Two's filling in for him up there. Ricochets off Sam Tooze. He's going to just tuck in now. Making that really tough. 2 banks of 4 now for Zebras. Tantari trying to go around Siman. Gets across away. Oh, it's a bit of a cross-come shot in the end. Good save by Jones, the near post. Shouldn't really be beaten by that, and he wasn't. Worth probably chucking a shot in there from Tantari. Hasn't been finding the crossing range, I think, from probably all City players so far. Humphrey wanting some options. He has to just turn it back to his centre-back partner. Out wide by Jacobs. Smith. With a run of Riley Fellows. Barreling down the right-hand side. It's a cross in. Oh, it's a great challenge by Ajay. Anderson coming across to collect the ball for City. It's a very crucial challenge by Pritchard Ajay. Very good tonight. Smith. Tantari looking for Smith again. Cut out by Matthew. Matthew just having to just progress the ball. Doesn't have any options ahead of him. Riley Fellows making the challenge, and Sison really calling for some pace on the ball, and Jones very happy to collect. Mason Smith ends up pressuring it. That's very smart keeping there from the Zebras number 21, not the number 1. Just eludes Riley Dillon. Pretty much out on his feet, seeming like at the moment. But again, can't fault the effort at all. The Zebras number 7. And pressing all night and running in behind. The last couple of attacks here, you'd say, for City. We're in injury time now. Tantari and Siman. Tantari's gone around the outside, cuts it back. It's a little foot in by Ajay. Didn't get a call from his defensive partners, whether he had pressure or not, but had to deal with it. And Julie just puts it out for a corner. But this is probably the last ditch, you'd say, for City. Will they put the keeper up? Who knows? Maybe if there's another corner in it. That's another couple of minutes. Good ball in from Tantari. Anderson heads it. Oh, it's just glanced off his head. And it's Pace who's made that covering clearance just to send it out. City just lacking in the match management department here. Could have had a ball over that side, and seconds coming off the game. Clark has come up. Humphreys launching it forward into the channel. Finds Wilcox in a bit of space. A little overlapping run made. Cuts inside. Didn't want to pull the trigger on the shot, so look for Anderson and cut out. Ooh, Humphrey just going to have to turn on this. Dillon really just shielding him off, making sure there's a little bit of pressure on him. Wilcox turning inside. Miley, great challenge. Wilcox in traffic. Just gets past to Selly. He's now in a full midfield position. Was a striker early on. Really in the dying embers of the game. Tantari, it's a cross in. It's a very good header away again from Ajay. And Twos makes a good clearance and earns a free kick. And that may be curtains, potentially. Very well earned by Sam Twos. Justin Padron making sure they try and take it a little bit quicker, but Jones will just take as much time as he can without incurring a yellow card. You might even need a yellow card in this situation, to be honest. If you're a keeper. There he goes. Pretty well done by Jones in the end. Fairly played. Taselli nods it on. Jacobs. Oh, it's in the back by Dillon, but I don't think he fouled him. He goes around the keeper, and Humphrey almost puts it into the back of the net. Oh, that's a hairy moment for Launceston City. Riley Dillon with some excellent pressure. Rounds Lockie Clark. Humphrey with a much-needed foot in, but, geez, it wasn't well directed. And that's a superb challenge off the line by Riley Fellows. Oh, they needed to make that. And that would have been good night if that found in the back of the net. Humphrey's had a very interesting night tonight. I don't think he's been bad in his centre-back play at all, but he's missed a penalty, and that could have been an own goal. That would have been 1-2 for the Launceston City centre-back. They're just going to keep it in the corner now, Zebras. Smartly so. Smith goes around the outside. That's a good little strategy about getting away from getting in the corner. Taselli takes it back in there. Smith earns the throw in for City. They take it now. This Hawes goes up the line. Padron squeezes it through. Hawes. It's an important challenge there made by, might be Kate Smith. Free kick. Deep into stoppage time now. Not exactly sure what's just happened there. There's a lot of complaining by the Zebras sideline. And a little bit of dissent or after the ball play. City, but they still have a free kick, and probably the last couple of attacks here, if not the last. Smith. Good challenge by Riley Dillon. And it's just sent forward. Tilly with a big clearance. That is the full-time whistle. It is a 2-1 win to Clarence Zebras. An excellent win, driving up the Midlands Highway to beat City on their home ground. That's 2 weeks in a row they've beat them, and they'll progress through to the next round of Lakoseljac Cup. A quality win, a very well-defended win. And some good goals as well. City with a pretty disappointing missed penalty when it was 1-1 after a very good goal from Mason Smith. And then Juan Capolino with a lovely little brace to send Zebras through to the next round. That will be a very happy coach, Brett Pullen. He's congratulating his team there. And a very happy team and supporter base travelling back down the highway to the Eastern Shore. So a fantastic win and a great game. Could have been more goals in it. Surprised there wasn't. But as ever, an energetic game between the two Italian clubs. And we find ourselves with a Zebras 2-1 win. So very intrigued to see what happens in the next round. That's Devonport Hobart United and Clarence Zebras through. One more game to be played in the men's side. And yeah, just a fantastic game. Very well played from a lot of players on both sides. And a 2-1 win to Zebras. So from me, Alex Mummery, from Buckby Motors Park up in Launceston. See you next time. Thanks for joining us.